Okay, one thing I want to address with you guys before we leave the cables is kneeling positions, because that's one thing we want to start to incorporate in core off the floor is standing, kneeling, and horizontal. Doesn't mean everything has to go in that order, but try to get at least one of every exercise in there, or body position in there in a class. So this one's a great one to do with kneeling, taking the hips out of it so it's just more upper body. Okay, so you can do that there. You can do it with the sandbell as well, but it's best with cables.
You do it with med balls too?
Yeah.
Right, the other glute handle. Talk briefly about the question you had to me about pregnant.
Oh, this is an exercise that you could do with a pregnant woman because with pregnant women we don't want them rotating because you don't want to stretch out the ligaments further that they're already being stretched and loaded with the baby in there. So, but you want to shorten the motion. Okay, so we already took the hips out of it. We locked the hips in, and you could just bring arms from shoulder to knee, shoulder to knee. So we're not getting any rotation, but they're getting core engagement. And then the lateral one we did, that's another great one for pregnant because there's no rotation, lots of stability. Okay, there's other ones I'm sure you guys can think of.
Yeah, generally speaking, if you have a client who's pregnant, the general rule is, now, before we realize that I want shoulders rotating relative to the hips, I want like the hips to be moving like that way. If you have somebody pregnant, it's the exact opposite. One, I'm happy having one person in a moving pattern, so I need the hips to be mobile. Okay, I need someone pregnant, so what tends to happen is belly comes forward, pelvis goes forward, knees come out, and all of a sudden they get this little duck walk, and then it becomes real hard to do most anything. Well, if we can keep the hips mobile while they're doing different things in class, however, what I want to do is make sure that the shoulders are always on top of the hips. Okay, so we can do all sorts of different things we want, like Stacey has some really good sort of arm variation stuff she do with people, but I don't want to see that, or in a plank position, that. You know, basically it's all, and even then, if someone's pregnant, we might just take plank set all together with them and have them do most of their stuff standing. Because the key part is let's get the core to be tall and across the back, but not overwhelm them as such.
And especially as they get further into their pregnancy, that's a lot of weight for lower back to bear in a plank position.
It's like holding a sand bell or a strap to your belly and try to keep a good core position.
So.
Cool. Well, thanks.
Where did you want me, James?
You go there all over in here.
Okay, so next with the stability ball, there's a couple things we've already gone over, like pike variations, mountain climber variations that you can do with the stability ball here. So I'm going to try not to go over that and just go over some different stuff. Sorry, it's hard to roll out with that box in my back. So if you guys roll out and keep your hips on it, you can come up and crunch at about, you don't really even need to come up that far, probably 10 to 30 degree angle. As soon as you come up too far, it just becomes a hip flexor exercise. So you just want a little bit of a pulse. Now the further you reach your hands up, I see some of you guys with your hands up, the harder it is. The further you lengthen up that lever arm, so you could add that, but if they have some neck, back, shoulder issues, you want them to keep their hands on their chest across. You guys could also add reaches here, so you could reach back and do some hand excursions. The further they reach back, the harder it's going to become.
So cool. So for that exercise we did just then, the key thing to think about is functionally, you know, when you see people have like, you know, the athletes tend to have like amazing abs. Think about like sort of volleyball players. Part of what's really cool about it, the way the body moves is it strengthens in reaction to lengthening. So if we have a muscle, so if I had, you know, a bicep and I was just like here and I was like, great, I'm just working my bicep, but I never actually got through full range of motion. So the abs actually respond optimally and they respond maximally when they're lengthened a little bit past 180. So basically when my shoulders drop a little bit below horizontal. So the key part is to basically keep the pelvis stable. We want to drop back. So everyone drop back when we just freeze right there. Good. So if you're in that position there, good. So and then shuffle back a little bit. The key part is to have them shuffle back so far that they feel like they're almost going to fall back. Okay, again, Wedgie.
No, the box is digging into my back there.
So in that position, so right now, you roll back so far that you feel your shoulders off the ball, or so far that you feel you're almost going to go over the top of the ball. Almost, not actually though. Good. So now from that position, good. You can have hands behind head or hands on thighs, doesn't really matter. What I want you to do is to drop the shoulders slightly below the line of the hips, and then slide up about 15 degrees. There, and then 15 degrees. Good. A little higher, please, Kate. A little higher. More, there. That's it. Good. So what I'm looking for, good. So if you watch Katie right now is giving me the range I want. Keep going. Good. Keep the hips high for me, Katie. Keep the hips high. Good. Right there. Good. And Good. So what we're doing is we're lengthening out, not so much that the low back starts to flex forward in reaction, but we're trying to really get a small crunch. Good. So right where Stacey is, but no higher than where Stacey is, because if Stacey keeps coming up, keep coming up, keep coming up, keep coming up, freeze. Right at that point, what Stacey is doing now is basically sort of, your general person would look at that and go, I'm totally awesome, doing like full range of motion. But really, to look at the way gravity works, the second Stacey gets to where Kai is, basically I'm sitting here and my abs are just going, oh, to the rest. It's almost like equivalent of a bicep curl, putting it down, pick it up, put it down. Now, maybe there's a purpose for that. For this class, people want the deep burn. What we're going to do is give it to them in this exercise. So let's just go small range of motion. So we're going to go lengthen slightly past 180, and then crunch it up, and then lengthen past 180. They can make it easier on their low back by sliding forward, more challenging by sliding back. And like Myriah said, basically now take the hands directly above the head, and have the movement be initiated or directly toward the sky. Good. And now we've got extra levers up there, extra weight up there, so to speak. Good. Do you guys like that? But the key mistake you see people make though is they'll rock the hips back and forth as they go, or they won't go back far enough, and they'll come up too far. Okay.
This is starting to get into our isolated movements, so these aren't necessarily our total body circuit movements. This is that little bit of isolated section you're going to give them at the end to make sure they really got the burn through the abs, if in case they didn't engage their core with everything else. So another one you guys can do from here is rolling all the way out into your shoulders and head around the ball, and you're going to do like an iron cross. So you're going to roll to one side and roll to the other side, not letting your hips sag.
The feet don't move.
Feet need to stay locked in the middle, but you do want to recommend they take a wide stance. The closer the feet are, the harder it's going to become, and the most likely they might just fall off the ball. So feet wide. Yeah, feet don't move, but a wider stance is a little bit better.
Yeah, pushing back on the arms.
You want to, this is great too because they're getting that nice big expansion out of their chest. They're lengthening up through the abs. And as they sit all day, it's all being shortened. So this is a good going into stretch.
We're building for
Yeah, right.
Stacey, keep your heels underneath your knees. There you go. Perfect. Before we get rid of the balls, I just want to talk about stretching on the balls really fast. This is a great way to afterwards also just open up and let those abs stretch out and kind of hang out over the ball. You want to make sure if they have some neck issues that the neck's a little bit supported and they're not getting too far over. You also want to make sure as they come out of this position, because your head is tipping back and they're getting blood rush to their head, they don't stand up and get dizzy. So make sure they come up to a seated position first, and then from a seated position they go into a standing position. You guys can do a lot of different rotations with these, so I know you're going there with it. So yeah, you can do things of the sort. So really open your mind to like the basics we've showed you and play with the basics into further. But like I said, there's a lot of ways to vary it by just picking up a different piece of equipment or taking it to a standing, kneeling, or horizontal position. I am going to show you two exercises, or real quick, so before we go to the floor, because this is one of the floor exercises, you can always do back extensions on the ball as well, and this is an isolated. And because most of our core is forward, you want to get at least some back extensions in there. So you can have them come here and extend up. But it's, again, it's not that flinging full range of motion that people think of when they think of a back extension. It's just very gentle.
What about stabilizing?
You can put their feet on the wall. It's going to help stabilize them. It's going to be more core work with keeping their feet off because then they got to stabilize side to side as well. But that's totally fine, especially for a beginner. You could add some rotations with this as you come up. You could add some hand reaches. So Aaron's doing some great variations. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, watch Aaron. Exactly, yeah. Okay, so other than that, you guys, I'm going to show you one thing on the floor. Well, you can grab a mat if you'd like.
What's that look for?
I don't know. If you like.
Or suck it up.
That's right. Stacy, bring me yours back, actually. Bring me yours back. I knew I was forgetting one thing. I was trying to think of it before I made everybody put it up. That's okay. Because you guys can do it in your partner drill. So on the mat, mat, we're going to do what Jamie called the beach body abs because I didn't know what to call it. So I don't know why he called it beach body abs, but this is what it's called. You guys have all done it. All done it, I'm sure.
Mountain body abs.
Yeah. So it's the one where we lay down and we're taking our hip flexors out of it. You're going to slide your hands underneath the small of your back, not your butt. One foot is long, one foot is bent. Both heels are pressing into the floor. You're drawing your belly button down. And you're going to lift your shoulders and your elbows up off the mat. Chin needs to stay looking up, not chucked into your chest. Or looking neutral is a better term. You're bringing them up and you're holding. You're holding. You're holding. Up and hold. You guys all feel that ab engage? A little higher, kind of. There you go. Heels down, heels down. Belly buttons pull down, heels press down. You're almost creating opposing forces. Push and pull. Go ahead and relax. I know, right? Go ahead and relax. Relax. Switch your legs. And go ahead and lift back up. Make sure you press your heels down. Pull your belly button down as you lift your shoulders and your elbows up. You guys all feel that through the core. So this is another isolated movement that you can do. This is one that's on the floor, I know, but you can do it in core off the floor, okay, as well as Bonza classes. That's great. Another way you can do this is by adding a slight rotation. Which side is it to, James? Is it to my straight leg or my bent knee? Okay. So hand under the back of the bent knee. You're going to bring one arm up, and you're going to come up and hold, and then slightly rotate towards that knee. You don't need to come far past midline. You just want to come to midline and back out.
Small tweak on that would be the hand comes high, but the shoulder rotates. So the hand goes directly towards the sky. So you can do that again. So I go here, good. Here, good. So there's a rotation happening through the shoulders, but you're still pressing up high. Good. And then hand.
Go ahead and switch sides so we can even you out. And then you guys can also do on the floor Superman variations, plank variations. So this is the floor exercises that are allowed in core off the floor. Real quick, I just want to talk for a second about...
Because it's 9% off the floor, shut up,
I
guys.
want to just talk really quickly about partner exercises. So you can always do partner exercises with the band, which we kind of did. You can do them with the sandbells, passing back and forth. So that would be fun stuff to do in warm-ups. You can also do partner exercises with this exercise called warding. So this is one that Jamie showed me and I didn't know. I'm going to show you how to do it with the stability ball. So if you didn't want to do it in a partner exercise, this is a great option for anybody that has lower back pain to modify anything in here. So if they have lower back pain and you're not sure where to go to this, okay? So with the stability ball, you're going to put it up against the wall, hands come together, wide stance. You're going to press into the ball. As I press into the ball, everything's engaging through my midline. So I want you guys to come up, and you're going to do it in a partner exercise. So you're going to grab a partner. You're going to put your wrists together, and then you're going to press against each other.
Just had a baby like 20 hours ago.
Wow, you look awesome.
2 months now, 2 months, right?
1 month.
1 month, yeah, so 1 month ago. So yeah, it's obviously yeah.
So wrists together, kind of,
Soft,
yep, soften through your stance.
butt back.
Make sure your hips are tucked under, and press into each other's hands. Well,
I said, get the butt back. So like you're in an athletic stance.
yeah. It's the same thing, different ways to say it.
Real quick, so we're going to do a small tweak. So Kai's shoulders are hurting a little bit. So if you have one person who's super strong, or Mark, okay. So you have one person that's super strong, and the other person that's not, and the other person, bend the elbows. Bend the elbows. Bend these things. Okay, good. Come on forward. Good. So now we're in a situation where Kai basically can be strong through the core, but doesn't have to be strong through the shoulders. Now, the key question would be philosophically, we believe that the core and strong protection all over the body. Okay? So we start off really at the daunting exercise because basically someone can walk in and be like, not really doing anything. But if you're doing it and you're doing it right, you feel like
Go ahead and
max
switch
rotation.
sides.
Good.
Even yourselves out for 2 seconds. And relax. So do you guys all feel like you got a little bit of a core exercise?
Yes, the other day at Red Rocks too, we were doing them like if you stand with your back to me and squat, and I'm trying to like push you over, and so you're resisting that, and then switch sides.
That's a great one for Red Rocks.
Yeah, that would be great. And of course, with this, you can add things like step back line just a little bit, because the second this foot comes off the ground, and basically all of a sudden, my core has to step up through one leg.
Yeah. And you can do it just by going on one leg and kickstanding that foot and trying it. Because sometimes if you just go on the one leg, then you might get back that twitches. Yeah, that tweaks out. So maybe give them that kickstand if they're not so sure of it. But yeah, that's great ways to vary it. All right, so you guys, we're going to just powwow really quickly and talk about how to kind of put this into a circuit in a class. So you guys saw the warm-up. So the warm-up, you want to cover sagittal, frontal, transverse, and horizontal. We went through exercises that are good for circuits. Based off the number you have, you guys are all brilliant and know how to run a Bonza class. Put them in circuits. If you only have 3, maybe keep them all together and work them through 3 exercises. If you have 6, you can go 2 in 3 different stations, okay? Or whatever numbers turn out, you guys know how to do it. The circuits, you want to see sagittal, frontal, transverse, okay? As long as you've gotten one of everything, you can go 2 of a favorite one if you want, but at least give us one of every plane, as well as try to get a standing and kneeling and a horizontal in there, okay? So maybe one circuit's all sagittal, transverse, frontal. The next circuit you focus on standing, kneeling, horizontal. So just play with it. You got about 15 minutes to do a circuit. We got about 5 minutes for warm-up, 15 minutes for the circuit, a couple minutes of isolated movements that we talked about, and those ones as well, if you could do a little bit of different planes, that would be great. Try not to just stay in sagittal. And then do a stretch, quick stretch. Open the body back up after we've worked that front core. And make sure you get a back in there as well, because we need to focus on both front and back strength of that core. Any questions? You guys have the cheat sheet. There's on the back of the paper I gave you, there is a class written. So it gives you a basic class that you could do if you wanted to take that for your first one. And that gives you the shoulder and the back variations so that you know where to kind of go with it. Okay?
Use that. So obviously we're videoing it today. I'm going to put this video on YouTube or put it online. Myriah will take the document, make that available, we'll put that in the trainer page. And so I would love it if you guys basically just came in and did your own core before class, just basically when you've got time. So we haven't been in the neighborhood, you want to come do a class of your own. This place is open, you guys come and play anytime. It's not something where you have to ask me for permission. It's more important to me to have you guys in here. So if you're in here doing a workout or working on some moves or trying some different stuff, that's more important to me than my clients. So basically I'll just work around you. Okay? So take the stuff. Practice if you think in the future you might want to do a core before class, and I think I'd love it if everyone could basically just fit in, because part of the challenge we have, part of the reason we're doing these trainings, is so that way if someone said, hey, can anyone fill in for me for a core before class, then you go, I'm not confident in it, I don't know it. But if we have a large, so that way when you send out an email, the chance of one of you being able to get a sub if you need it is higher, because then we have people that actually know what's going on.
As well as if you're not teaching, because it's only offered once a week right now, a good way to do it is add 2 core off the floor exercises at the end of your Bonza class. You know, you can practice doing these exercises not in that class specifically, and it's a good way to start to communicate to the clients as well. It doesn't always have to finish on the floor. You know, we need to stretch it out afterwards, but you can finish with core in some very functional manner. So, any questions?
Core off the floor is 30 minutes.
Core off the floor is 25 minutes.
How many people typically show up here?
I've only taught it a couple times. Katie would be a better answer for this, but the couple that I've done is like 3 to 5. And then Katie and Jeff are the ones that used to teach it when we had it on Tuesday, Thursdays, twice a week. So
When is it now, Wednesday?
well, right now it's Wednesday evenings, yeah. Yeah, and they run everything together. There's no breaks in those classes. Yeah, yeah. Or they'll do core and then do boot camp after, yeah.
Part of the reason
They really,
we had it once a week is because we only had 2 people to do it. Yeah, so we didn't want to
And the one good thing was is when I taught the class with this structure after Jamie and I came up with it, and then afterwards I asked the ladies, how did that feel? Was that much different than what they've been doing? The answer was no. So, it's nice that we have a structure to it, but I think they did a great job as well as keeping the class going. Yeah. Yeah. 5:15 to 5:45. It goes 4:30 to 5:15 class, 5:15 to 5:45 core off the floor, and then 5:45 to 6:30 boot camp again. So get a double whammy, get a double lesson.
And what do you bill when it comes to doing that core off the floor? Is that
25.
same price as regular?
No, this half.
No. I don't know those answers.
You teach the boot camp classes? I mean,
Yeah, no, I'll rarely ask you guys to just teach a course of law class. Like, it would be something where I say, do that, do 2.5. Yeah, no, I'm never going to ask you guys to do that. That would be just a waste of time.
Have we had people asking for more core off the floors, or?
We haven't had people asking for it, but we've had really good feedback, people enjoying it. And we've had people asking, I don't feel like I get enough core. Like, a lot of the feedback that we did get, people said, I'd like to have a little bit more core. Like, I don't feel like I'm working on these pieces. Of course, to which I replied, most of us already have washboard stomachs, we just have some laundry to take care of. It's kind of like, that's the key piece. Is like to say, focus on the nutrition piece. What we do in here is a lot of deep full body movements to get rid of the fat that's covering these nice abs that are just waiting to be seen. So that's how I sort of dodge it. But this class right here, I can get, but another reason that I didn't is because I normally hate 90% of the abs things I see done. This class right here, I love it all. So I'm happy to have people come do this class and get their core strong here, as opposed to just these beach muscles here.
One last thing, if you guys, because I had a little bit of a hard time naming the exercises when we came up with them. So if you have any questions to what the exercises, what the name means, please email me and ask. So, this will be great. But we didn't cover everything that's on here, so yeah, please ask.
Do you find people like the core off the floor more like before the class or after the boot camp? It really depends on the educator.
Yeah.
Do you know many people do it after boot camp or before boot camp?
Well, like last week I had the people who were in the boot camp all on stage
Mm-hmm.
before. And then you have
Yeah.
more people come in. You have more people come in that weren't for the first boot camp to come to the core and then to boot camp after that.
Yeah, usually they always all stay. Yeah.
So probably people come just for core.
Yeah.
If they don't have that much time.
You ever thought